What's up, dudes? This is going to be another review. This is for the new Enforcer album, which did come out, I believe, at the beginning of this year. I can't remember the exact date, because it was really early in the year, or earlier in the year. So it's not like a month ago or anything. I think it was like in June sometime, maybe. But yeah, Enforcer are from Sweden. This album was put out on Nuclear Blast, a great label, obviously. This was put out in February, February 27th. That's why I couldn't remember. So, 2015 release, obviously. This is the fourth album from Enforcer, and they've been putting out great albums for about 7 or 8 years now. So I'm just going to do a quick review of their newest album, and I'll play 2 of my favorite tracks in the background as we go. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And also, I seen there's a lot of dislikes, or a lot, but like 2 or 3 dislikes on my Megadeth review. Well, sorry that I was tired as fuck after getting home, you know. I'm sorry I don't, like, you know, knock off a line of coke every time I go do a review. Sometimes I'll look tired and haggard and my opinion will kind of be off. I'll be, like, really slowly, you know, advancing my opinion, but either way, the opinion comes across, so. And I'm not really worried about being professional. This is just me putting my opinion out. So maybe in 5 years I can look back at it and say, oh, that's what I thought at the time. So, that's all. And I just dropped my cheat sheet, you could say. The first track off the album is Destroyer. This is one of probably my second or third favorite song off the album. Just really good, kicks ass, kicks your face in, you're headbanging, you're singing along, if you can get the high fucking register, and if you're Swedish, and you're fucking just going full blast into it, and it really does kick the album off greatly. I think it's, like I said, it's one of the best tracks on the album, so if you like anything, like, you know, heavy, but also, like, you can headbang to it, and it's just fucking great European metal, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. Next song is Undying Evil, which we're listening to, and it is a fucking blazer. I love this track. I think this is my favorite track on the album. Just gonna put that out there right away. The opening just rips the song right open and just kicks your fucking face in. The riffs are catchy, the fucking vocals soar right into the song, and you can tell that, like, this is just an epic track right away. And the bass and drums keep the beat, like, at a really good pace, and keeps it slightly offbeat, and it just, like, you know, keeps you awake almost. The music video is also extremely cool. Involves, like, a lot of blood and satanic and just creepy looking shit. Really fucking awesome. But yeah, I really like this song. You can hear it playing in the background right now, so if you like that kind of shit, obviously go check these guys out. They're on their 4th album, so you'll have some material. The next song is From Beyond. The song slowly comes in and then quickly turns to a galloping, like, beat. It was really fucking just a really good opening to the song. The vocals are nice and melodic, which most of the vocals on this album are melodic, which, you know, if I'm listening to a traditional heavy metal kind of sound, I want melodic vocals most of the time, obviously. Just a great track overall. Like I said, the title track is really fucking awesome, and, like, you know, like the first 3 tracks on this album, I think they are the singles, so that's why I believe they're shoved to the front, because they're great single tracks. So, yep. Number 4 is One With Fire. One With Fire opens with all guns blazing, opens up kicking ass. The vocals are just, like, as I said, the vocals across this release are just awesome, and almost every chorus in this album is, like, a great chorus. Almost every riff is, you know, really, really worthwhile. Like, every song has 2 or 3 riffs that you could play an entire song off that one riff just because it's so good. The next song is Below the Slumber. Melodic opening with like a fist-to-face opening verses, like it just comes out of nowhere and smacks you right across the fucking face, wakes you right up, and then it slows down in some verses with like a similar to the, the early 70s like Judas Priest material, like almost that sound. I might sound a little bit weird saying that, but it does kind of sound like that. So yeah, really diverse kind of sounds here sometimes. Some people might say they're, beating a dead horse at this point, but, I like every album. I think every album's great, so. And there is some individual elements to each album. Track number 6 is Hungry They Will Come. Mediocre, like, I don't really see much in the opening to that track, but, it's alright. The opening is alright to me, but, Hungry They Will Come has a pretty good, sound to it. As far as I remember, it is an instrumental. So yeah, it is an instrumental. I was just trying to remember that because sometimes I mix titles to songs up, and I fuck it up. The music video playing now is for Destroyer, if you're wondering. The Banshee. Another great track. Good vocals on this one. Memorable chorus. I still remember it, surprisingly. A good song, but not extremely great. But it's not a bad track. There's no filler on this, I believe. It's just more like all killer, no filler. But some songs are a little bit, less memorable than others. Farewell, acoustic opening, rips right into leads and then goes right into the song. Great solos, but just an average track. A lot of these tracks, there's not much to write home about, but if you like Enforcer's previous shit, you'll like this even more, because I find the production is slightly better, and just a better sound overall. And that was Farewell. Next is Hell Will Follow. Really great track, actually. I really like this one. Rockin' fast. The riffs keep your head fucking moving all throughout, and the riffs are just quality material. The last track on the standard edition of the album is Mask of Red Death, which is, I believe, a 6-minute track. Overstays its welcome a little bit, but it's alright. Just like I said, it has a slower opening, an alright song, but it is too long. The opening is pretty cool, and the whole song through kind of is a bit repetitive, but it's not too bad. It's my least favorite on the album, but still not a terrible track in any way, shape, or form. The next track is, these are only on the Japanese version, I believe. And the first one is Bursting Out, which is a Venom cover. Not as raw as Venom, which I didn't expect, because, these guys have like a cleaner sound than anything Venom would ever do. It's still catchy, still, pretty reminiscent of the original, pretty fucking awesome. Sounds old school as fucking, so, as long as it sounds, to me, as long as it sounds like, pretty much old school, it's alright in my books. And just more musicianship shown here on this track than Venom would ever put into the original, I think. Venom is not about being musicianship, being like a great musician. It's more about, hey mom, I like Satan. Do you think that's cool, or fuck you? So yeah, these guys put a cool twist on it. Another cover, which is only on the Japanese version, is I Turned Into a Martian by the Misfits. A great Misfits track, probably one of my favorites by them. Great cover, sounds like the original at some points. It's actually kind of weird that it kind of sounds like the original. And just an interesting cover. I think the drums are what kind of get me to think that it's the original, because the drums sound almost like they are ripped off the original for some reason. Some people might disagree, but that's what I kind of hear. And the last cover is Motorhead's Mean Machine. If you like Motorhead and you like Motorhead covers, you know what to expect. It's fucking great. Cleaner vocals, obviously, than Lemmy, but anything Motorhead is gonna end up either being fucking headbangable or bluesy as shit. And this is on Headbangable's fuck side. So yeah, you like me, you like Motorhead, you like Swedish heavy metal, you like two of them crammed together, you'll like that cover. So I'd suggest picking up the Japanese version. I know that it's not a cheap idea. I know that, Japanese versions usually run for a lot more than, the normal version. I know that with all the Skullfist albums, a lot of the Skullfist albums are only Japanese. Like, there's certain ones with only, I only want the Japanese version because of certain bonus tracks, and it's just like, well, time to get fucking raped by, extremely high prices. But yeah, if you want to get the good version, I'd say pick up the Japanese version. So that's all I got to say, guys. Peace the fuck out. Overall, I gave this album an 82. And that's just talking about the Japanese version. I'd give probably an 80. Trying to remember now. I think an 80 or an 81 for the non-Japanese version. But with the bonus tracks, it's an 82 because the bonus tracks are fucking great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and have a great day.